Right, morning guys. It is just gone 6 o'clock, about 10 past 6 now, on Saturday the 5th of August. And I'm finally fishing my club lake. So I've had the ticket for a few months now, but haven't had a real opportunity to get down here. But I'm here finally. And this is one of the 4 lakes that I'm able to fish on the water. This is the biggest one of them, which is 5.5 acres. Unfortunately, they're only day ticket, or these. There's this lake and the lake out the back there, just where the trees are, which are day ticket water only. The other 2 lakes, which are in a different area, I can fish night fish, but say these are predominantly the 2 lakes that most people fish. They're certainly the most well kept, and for a nice day ticket session, this is where I'm going to be coming the vast majority of the time. So I'm just, as you can see, I'm just starting to get set up. We've got a beautiful British summer's day, which means it's 15 degrees and supposed to be raining all day. But finally, from my perspective, that's the first sort of real decent carpy weather I've had for God knows how long. So pressure's low. Hopefully we can get the fish on the feed. But I'm going to get set up. There are fish crashing out all over the place. Just picking a spot hasn't been particularly easy. I had a walk around here yesterday and saw fish all over, so I found 3 or 4 swims that I was really happy with. There's been fish in each of them, and I say when I've turned up this morning, I've seen a dozen fish crash out all over the lake. So again, there's no obvious place to go other than pick one that's crashed out and stick with it. And yesterday I was here, I saw quite a few fish out under the trees there by the island, and I've seen a couple more crash there already this morning. So I'm going to set up here initially. We'll give it certainly the morning, but probably just stay here for the day. I can come back here as often as I want, so I'm going to start here and make my way around the lake over the course of probably the next few years actually, but we'll see. But for now, I'm going to get set up, get fishing, and see how we can get on with a day session here. Right guys, we're all set up. As you can see, the weather has really come in now, and it's supposed to stay like this, or certainly be between light and heavy rain all day. So clearly I've got the brolly shelter up, and we'll just see how things pan out. I've got my right hand rod out under the tree there, say just off the island. It's quite shallow there, so we'll see how that plays out. The ducks did come round and have a bit of a look when I was throwing in or catapulting out some boilies around the area, but they've soon disappeared, so hopefully they're not that interested in diving down, and my baits will be left alone. And then the left hand rod, I found quite a nice hard spot out towards the trees there. You can see the 3 trunks on the far side, and I'm about halfway across, just where in that sort of slack water. So we'll see how they go. So that one is in deeper water, still not massively deep. I think it's probably 6 or 7 feet, something like that. The other one I think is probably only in a couple of feet of water maximum. So we'll see how it goes, and if we don't get any luck, I've seen plenty of other fish showing, like another one out in the middle there, but they're showing all over. So I've picked a couple of spots, we'll put them out there, and if we don't get any interest, we can always change things up later. Right, it's just coming up to 9:20. I've had some interest on both rods. So the right hand rod, which was over by the tree, that got picked up by a duck, or was certainly being messed around with by a duck. So I've taken that one in and put it out towards the gap in the bushes there. Probably about halfway across, just over halfway. And put that out with some of the plume juice on it, and within about 5 minutes I'd had a little bit of interest on the what is now the left hand rod, and then a few minutes after that the right hand rod started jumping up and down a little bit. So I left it for 10 or 15 seconds just to see whether it would develop into a full run. It didn't go screaming off, but it kept lifting up, dropping down, lifting up, so struck into it. Unfortunately nothing there, but so I've just reset that right hand rod, and again I've put some of the plume juice on, some of the Nash squid and krill on that one, and we'll see. They're both back out on their respective spots now, out in the middle, bit deeper water. We'll see how that gets on, but already had some interest, so a good start. And let's see, in between the patches of rain I've been able to get out and watch the water in a bit more depth. But so happy with the spots we got now, so going to leave those, see how we get on. Right guys, it is still pissing it down with rain, and it is just gone 11 o'clock, so 3-4 hours worth of fishing, and we've got our first fish on the bank, and it's nice fish. It's just gone 24 pounds 5 ounces, nice big mirror. Put up a really good fight in the lake. Now I just want him to sit still. for a couple of nice pictures, but what a way to start on a new lake, first day. £24 5-ounce mirror, well happy with that. Nice thick fish again, so I'll get a couple of pictures and get this one back, but what a way to start. Right, it's just coming up to 12 o'clock. We've got some more light rain, I guess. It's not, certainly not as heavy as it was during that fight, but the wind has picked up now. We've got quite a right to left flow on the lake, and the shelter's getting a bit of a battering at the moment as well, but it's keeping me fairly dry, so that's the main thing. Still seeing lots of fish topping out. I've obviously put my left hand rod back out on the spot where I had the fish from, which was said was out there, probably, oh, this is going to be really bad, back there in the water. But that one was on a manila, sticky baits manila bottom bait with a Mulbs pop up on the top. My right hand rod, I say, is still out towards the trees. These sets of trees here, about halfway across. And that's on a krill bottom bait, again with a krill topper. Both fishing snowman style, but so Manila is 1-0 up at the moment. It might be that they prefer that in here. We'll obviously find that out over time once we've had hopefully a load more fish, and we'll see what they're coming on. But for now I'm going to stick with 2 separate baits on the bottom. See if we can't get both of the rods going, but it's a great start at the moment, so we'll give it another hour or so, and then I might freshen up the right hand rod. That's been out there a couple of hours now, so just keep things moving around, see if we can pick up where they are. But as I said, I keep seeing fish showing all over, so I can't sit there casting at them all the time, otherwise I would have covered pretty much every spot on the lake. But right, it's just gone 1:15 and the wind is slowly changing direction into my shelter, so I am now desperately trying to stay out of the rain, but as you can see I'm getting soaked. I've had a couple more little knocks, pulls on the rods, but nothing positive, so I've left them for now. But I don't know how much more of this I'll be dealing with if I start getting this full in the face and it stays like this. So I may well be packing up a bit sooner than anticipated, but we'll see. I probably can't get much wetter than I am anyway, so we'll maybe stick it out till 4 o'clock time. We'll see how it goes, but still seeing fish showing over the spots. still getting little knocks on the rods now and then, so whilst that's happening I'm going to stick it out, and hopefully the rain will ease off and the wind will go back to its original position, but it's not very pleasant in here at the moment. Oh, and after that it's bloody well come off. What a pisser. It's getting a bit treacherous out here. Right, so about 5 to 1. Just lost that one. Another screaming run. Don't laugh at me falling over. It'll happen to all of us. As I said, with the rain and whatever coming down, it's really starting to get a bit treacherous down here, especially on a downhill slope. I thought I saved it pretty well personally, but I almost kicked the rod pod into the water. But that's the thing with barbless hooks, and it is a barbless hooks rule on here. It was still running, struck into it, felt the weight, and then within seconds it was gone. And that could just be a turn of the head and it ejects the hook, or it can be one of a number of things. It might not have been that well hooked, you just don't know. But I've got it straight back out on the spot. I'd already had a PVA stick made up ready to go, so it's straight back out there fishing again, and hopefully we'll get another chance. But 2 runs on the first day of fishing here, and that was on the krill bait, so again both baits working. We'll keep plugging away and see if we can get another one out. That's literally been back out there about 2 minutes. Although I lost that last one, got it back out on the spot and it's gone off straight away. Another mirror. That's common. Not as big as the last one, but if I can get him in, hopefully show you what we've got. Right, we got him in the net. I've just weighed him, he's gone 13 pounds. He doesn't want to be held, but nice common. So I've had a mirror and a common from 3 runs, 2 fish landed, and it's still raining, but as long as the fish keep coming I don't mind. So we'll get this one back, see if we can get another one. But straight away again on that krill rod, it'd only been out there a couple of minutes and it went again, so I want to get that rod back out there and get some more out hopefully. Alright, just coming up to 1:45. So that common went back about 15 minutes or so back. I've put the right hand rod back, straight back out on the same spot again, and I've again straight away I'm getting knocks and pulls. I thought it was going to go, it lifted up a couple of times, it dropped back, it lifted up a little bit more. I was just waiting for it to really start ripping off, but it settled down, so I've left it, and I've again just had a couple more beeps on the right hand rod. So if it keeps happening, I may well pull it in just to make sure there's no sort of nuisance fish on there, but they certainly seem to be liking that krill. I say I've had 2 runs on it now, and quite a lot of knocks and tugs, so we'll keep persevering with it. Both the spots are working nicely. Hopefully the rain is easing off now. It's just sort of a bit of a fine mist coming down now rather than proper rain, and the wind direction has sort of gone back slightly behind me as well, so I'm not getting soaked anymore. So all looking pretty good at the moment. We'll keep going, I say, for the next couple of hours. I keep still seeing fish topping out all around the lake, so they're still moving around, and hopefully still on the feed. But we'll see how the next couple of hours goes. But I say rods are doing well at the moment. Right, 2:30. I've just freshened up the bait on both rods. They've both had a bit of activity, number of tugs and what have you, and because I'm fishing in and amongst sort of some weed, those little tugs can obviously mean the hook getting fouled up. So I brought them both in. There was a bit of weed on there, so I've removed that from both of them, recast with a PVA stick on both, back out on the spots. So I've got about an hour and a half or so left before I'm going to be packed up and gone. Fortunately, the weather has improved dramatically. I say dramatically, there's still a very light mist in the air, but it's certainly not tipping it down like it was. So we'll say set up for the last hour and a half now, see if we can nick one more fish before we pack up. Still plenty of fish jumping on both of my spots and around the lake, so I'm still hopeful that we can get one more out. We'll see how we go. Alright, 3:10. Just had another semi-run on the left-hand rod. I was actually chatting with the bailiff who's just been round, and my left-hand bobbin started jumping up and down, pulled up tight, but didn't start running. It just kind of pulled up tight to the bite alarm and struck into it. Unfortunately, nothing there that time, but it was quite handy chatting with the bailiff, because he's confirmed a few of the rules that I was wondering on, so that's helpful. He's also given me a number of tips for the lake, so it's all useful information for future sessions. But yeah, I've recast that left hand rod back out on the spot again, made up another PVA stick, sent that out there, so back on the spot. And so we got last 50 minutes or so, so I'm just going to start packing a few bits away, getting things tidied up so that I'm ready to go when 4 o'clock rolls on. So if we don't get anything more, I shall leave it there. Been a pretty successful first session for a day session, getting 2 fish out and having a total of 4 proper runs. So yeah, pretty happy with that. But I'm going to be definitely heading back here quite a lot from now on. I have got some other sort of sessions booked and paid for on other lakes as well coming up, but certainly for the next probably next 6 to 8 weeks, I'm going to be coming down here quite a bit, and probably doing sort of 3 or 4 hours of an evening after work. See how we get on doing those short sessions, and if I can fit in a full day session every now and then, I shall do so. But I say we'll leave it there for now. If I don't get anything else, we'll see you next time.